everybody, my name is Anastasia and welcome to my London vlog. Merry Christmas first of all to everybody who celebrates Christmas. I personally don't celebrate it in my traditional sense as I'm Russian, and we don't celebrate Christmas as such because our Christmas first of all is 7th of January. You can Google the whole calendar switch for 2 weeks forward, and second of all, if I were to be religious Orthodox, which most of Russians are, we actually celebrate Easter way more than Christmas. But we also do, of course, the whole tradition with the Santa Claus and the gifts for the children, but this happens actually on New Year's Eve day. So 31st of December, we usually have a big dinner, watch TV, at midnight we watch President give a speech, and then we go out and see the fireworks, and this is how it usually works. But I did celebrate Christmas this year again with my boyfriend and his family, and you can see the whole video of it below. It's Christmas! Woo! It's Christmas! It's Christmas! It's a video! And today has just been a crazy day because we got back to the flat and been doing lots of cleaning with lots of laundry. Also had to run and get some food for Lola because she ran out of it, and now I'm gonna have a nice chilled out pampering evening. I just have some water running, as you can hear, for my bath, and I decided to do a hair mask. And I got so many cool gifts this Christmas, including this very nice Joby stick that mostly YouTubers have, because I had one before. It was a very thin one, but this one is great because it's very thick, and I think you can wrap it around any kind of metal things or staircases. Will be good and practical, and I can even use it as a tripod. I'm gonna have a bath, unwind, and just relax. Not that I wasn't super lazy on Christmas, which I was, but it was a lot of people around me, which was super lovely, but I need a bit of my own time, you know what I mean. And while my bath is filling up, I decided to do a little coconut oil mask because my hair has been super dry lately. Maybe it's the cold weather, and yeah. This is the condition, and it's quite long right now. You can see almost up to my waist. And what I do for coconut oil mask, I literally just take coconut oil, which I don't have much left, and it's quite hard, so sometimes you just need to warm up your hands, melt it in your hands, and apply it especially on the roots and on the ends. I think all throughout your hair is very nice to have coconut oil, and sometimes I even leave it overnight, but of course it gets a little greasy, so if you do leave it overnight, definitely wrap your hair in maybe some sort of cling film or even a plastic bag, and really go through the roots and try to massage it into the scalp so that it gets moisturized, nourished, and all your new hair grows really nicely. I have like a big chunk of it left now, so I'm just gonna rub it in my hands and run it all the way through my hair, not forgetting a single piece. And you can use a tangle teaser. This one I really like because for my fine hair it doesn't rip it nowhere nearly as badly as some of the brushes do. Or you can also take this piece and kind of run it like this through your hair, leaving it on it. Just run it all the way through. And don't worry if you think that you're missing some of the pieces, because the oil will really get everywhere as long as you're being generous with your application. I do have to say that it takes a couple of shampoo rinses to get rid of the oil, but don't worry about the ends. If you seem that your hair is a bit greasy on the next day, especially the ends, I think that's perfectly fine because it gets nourished still. This is the size I have left. That's it, good to go. Now I'm just gonna gently tie it on the very back. Also, when you do this little bun while you're having a bath, a shower, don't make it too tight because you don't want your hair to rip. Try to go for like a low bun that's quite loose. That's perfect. I also do have a little turban, if you call it. Don't think that's the right way to do it, but as long as it's holding up. I look like some Olympic swimmer now. And for the bath, I'm gonna use this product called White Lavender by White Company that I got as a gift. So it has lavender, neroli and lemon flavors and lemon scents bath foam. Making some breakfast. We're still in the Christmas spirit, trying to be. And Lola loves when I shake my head. Oh! And I just realized that Miami Pro competition is in around 3 months. 3.5, and I need to really make up my mind if I'm gonna do it or not. Another project for today is to do inbox 0, which means I have to delete a bunch of junk emails, a bunch of newsletters, so it's 0, and I have less things to worry about. I'm going to Islington Town Hall because I need to book my ceremony to become a British citizen. And I will have a ceremony on 9th of January. I'm super excited, and actually there's a wedding going on right now. Just look at this chair. Oh my god, Lola would go crazy for this. It's a beautiful day in London today, and I'm definitely feeling the lazy vibes around everywhere because after the holidays, just before the new year, it's kind of a funny time where people can't be bothered to do anything. I was walking past some offices and people are just on Facebook. One more tree being recycled straight after Christmas. I think it's a bit too harsh when you get rid of the tree so soon. It still looks very fresh. Another thing that's just started are big sales on every single thing around furniture, fashion, everything. And it's a perfect time to buy presents for the year ahead. I've already seen some people buying Christmas cards for the year in advance, because why not? You can save money now, and everybody needs Christmas cards next year. So yeah, if you do have any big purchases next year, maybe it's time to look right away. As you guys know, after the competition I did not track my macros at all, and now while I'm in the decision-making process whether to compete in Miami Pro again in March or not, I have to track my macros again, because in order to lose fat you need to know your starting point, otherwise you can't really adjust yourself and predict exact numbers. And I know my numbers from last prep, and these are my yesterday macros. As you can see, they're not ideal at all. I need to eat a bit more fat, a bit more protein, and a bit less carbs. The plan for the next 10 days, I'm gonna weigh myself today and eat more or less the same foods and see if my body composition changes a little bit. If not, I know these are my maintenance calories and my maintenance macros, and then I can just go down and up depending on my decision. But yeah, another body of a Christmas tree. This makes me really sad. Am I the only one? Now back home and cooking a huge bolognese. This is a 10% fat beef mince, and I don't actually have an extra onion, so what I've done, I put a red pepper, chopped it, and fried it lightly with some garlic. And the next things I'm gonna add once the beef is cooked, I'm gonna add this tomato and basil sauce, as well as this tomato and mascarpone sauce, and maybe a bit of salt as well. And for pasta, I know I'm naughty, I'm gonna use this fresh pasta, it's Italian tagliatelle. And just because I started counting macros again, I'm not gonna trick myself and eat actually less than what I used to eat before. I'm just gonna see, observe, and take note and make conclusions out of it. The very important part of counting your macros is of course counting the sauce, because these bad boys are usually the most calorific and fatful and carbful.